Hi, I'm Karen Gordon. This is Ear to the Ground. Reggae music, from the Rastafarian point of view, is as much about spirit as it is about music. In every sense of that definition, Newfoundland's pressure drop has mastered its essence, from the deceptively simple rhythm to songs with lyrics that focus on messages of world peace, love, and unity. But the band hasn't stopped there. Like most contemporary reggae outfits, Pressure Drop has added other musical dimensions to their style, like ska, soca, and dub. The band believes in music that moves the feet as well as the heart. If there's a credibility factor involved in being a reggae band from Newfoundland, it hasn't impacted on Pressure Drop. Their first independent release yielded them 2 top 10 radio singles, and they were nominated for a Casby in Toronto. In the fall of 1994, the band released its second CD, called From the Inside Out, and it makes it clear that they have the commitment and the spirit to take their timely messages and music anywhere in the world. Here's Pressure Drop on Ear to the Ground.
May go in a 2 yokes and get you neo, son and on Dana. A yo hist in a Saskino, 2 yokes at Zil. Junio, son and nothing, a lad to get go down a lang to you. And see
from the first Cherokee that was born to be free, till the last spilled blood that you'll never see. Just what have they got in their melting pot? Oh, you can't keep a good man down. And those Africans stolen to this land just to slave and toil by the strength of giant. Don't forget your place in Jah human race, and you can't keep a good man down. Oh no, you can't keep a good man down. No, you can't keep a good man down. Don't forget your place in Jah human race, and you can't keep a good man down.
About 1,000 years ago, the Vikings took a little sail out in the ocean. And they were probably going to Iceland, Greenland. But I figured they got off course and they came to the rocky shores of Newfoundland. And that was 1,000 years ago. Then about 500 years later, Johnny Cabot and 18 men set a sail for the wind to blow. And they might have been going to Asia or someplace. I suppose they were trading fish or tea or whatever they could get.
Historically, Newfoundland wasn't settled. When it was discovered after John Cabot came here, it was only came here for the summer fishery, and by English law, nobody was allowed to live in Newfoundland. And then after a couple of 100 years, people were finally allowed to settle, and they first started settling in Cupid's, I think, and St. John's, and then around the Avalon Peninsula.
And the 2 or 3 who suffered on a tree just to pay the price of humanity. He was the shepherd of men. He shall return again. 'Cause you can't keep a good man down. Oh no, you can't keep a good. No, you can't keep a good man down. No, you can't keep a good. No, you can't keep a good man down. Just what have they got in that melting pot? And you can't keep a good man down. No, 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 no. No, you can't keep a good. No, you can't keep a good man down. No, you can't keep a good. No, you can't keep a good man down. Don't forget your place in Jah human race, and you can't keep a good man down. Oh.
When we traced our family back not too long ago, we got back as far as the 1200s, and all the mentionings of all the people, the ancestors all the way down, were all musicians, and it also it also made mention that most of them were musicians that played folk music at festivals and all that kind of stuff, going from village to village.
Well, my mother's from the Southern Shore, which is heavily Irish, and I spent my summers there in Port Kerwin in a small community. And people naturally played Irish music on Saturday night, and there would always be an accordion, and there was an old guy that died when I was young, and he used to just tell stories and sing all night long, and I guess that wouldn't have been much different in other places. There's a guy that's a character, usually didn't do so well in life, doesn't have a great house or anything, but he's the highlight of a party. So yeah, and I get, without it consciously doing it, I mean, the kitchen and a kitchen party and a kitchen jam has become a focal point of our lives on a Friday and Saturday night, especially in the cold winter.
Set up on the journey, sliding along. Come over to my land, I thought I spotted freedom, dreadlocks in the sky. There's gotta be some freedom. I gotta find my freedom. Can't stop to wonder why. What's on me? Am I not of God's creation when I know freedom's free? Are the words so all in a record? Man's to be the freest of them all. What it all?
Okay, Newfoundland joined Canada in 1949. So my mother was born and my father were born as Newfoundlanders. They weren't born as Canadians. We're the first generation of Canadians born in Newfoundland. So just from that psychological fact, to always think of yourselves as Newfoundlanders, that's the way you were reared up.
Freedom of the free, freedom of the free, freedom of the free, freedom of the free. We want to remember all our brothers and sisters out in the world who are not free. Rwanda, Bosnia, Croatia, free them all. Mix it up, Rastaman really love it. I and I really love it. Bongo man really love it. Bongo man really love it. But you wanna see the rub-a-dub style? Then all you ever do is really go wild. Whether you're a woman, man, or a child, W-Fusion is your ultimate style.
I love playing live, always did and always will. But for me, I can't look out and see the crowd. So there's a feeling has to come across, and if the feeling's there, I feel it. But I really enjoy the recording aspect of it and bringing all the tracks together, building it from the bottom up with the bass and the drums, throwing in the rhythm guitar and keyboard tracks and stuff, and the percussion, and adding the vocals in after, and that's what gives me a big surge. We went to Toronto last summer. It wasn't winter time, there was no ice on the pavement. We went up to do this show.
And the night before we were supposed to shoot, we went to see reggae band One at Lee's Palace, and on the way out Jim fell in a weird way and trying to catch this guy and broke his leg. Such a bad spot in his knee. The doctor said he'd probably never drum again. So we spent most of the year in limbo wondering what was going to happen. And he bounced back. And so now we're shooting ear to the ground as opposed to knee to the pavement.
So what do you think, Jimmy? Is this a blessing in disguise or what?
Everything with this album, in terms of timing, when people were available to record their tracks, when somebody had to work, when they had time off, the weather, everything is just worked out.
Is he who is blind who tries to oversee? Ooh-wee. 'Cause you know we can't see the forest for the trees. Oh no. Looking glass will turn a paper to fire. If you follow your burning desire, then you know you're gonna turn into fire too hot. Yeah. There's a war at your door. Can you hear the people fighting? Oh yeah. There's a war at your door. Can you hear the people fighting? Oh yeah. War at your door. Can you hear the people fighting? This is a new world revolution. There's a war at your door. Can you hear the people fighting? We got to find a solution. Yeah.
There is maybe a little theme that emerges. The last song is Never Too Late. It's never too late to make a change. And another song, Reality Time, is just waking up to the machinations of governments and perhaps a whole system that in the end might end up destroying itself because it fundamentally doesn't respect life. And life will have a say perhaps in it. Something like Reality Time, we really have to wake up to the larger systems that are really interested in greed at the expense of the life force. And some of the songs were about that, and a very positive message in the face of the struggle, and we see it on TV every day. People are happy to be involved in overcoming.
Oh, life is kind of funny. Yeah, we work and work, just about to get us money. Yeah, you keep on trying to get ahead in the race. You just can't keep the pace. So you and your kind will be a slave to the grind, and all the things you do will make you do the things that you've got to. Oh, life, my sweet life. Oh, 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 life. Oh yes, life, it's in a hurry. You got them bills and bills, nothing but a worry. So you keep on dreaming of a time and of a place where you can give up the race and slow down. And all the things you do will let you do the things that you want to.
Newfoundland, that's Newfoundland, Newfoundland, that's Newfoundland, that's Newfoundland.
Yeah, 1497, 500 years ago. John Cabot and 18 men, they set a sail for the wind to blow. On the Matthew of a northwest course, Asia they was bound. But they came upon the rocky shores known as Newfoundland.
Newfoundland, Newfoundland.
I think islands in general, when you're surrounded by water and you're cut off to a certain degree from other people, I think people have to come together a bit more. I mean, in Toronto, I know in Boston, there's a huge Newfoundland community. You know, it's an ethnic thing. Sometimes, I guess we don't look very different, but sometimes we sound quite a bit different. Just people band together. You know, I think it's island culture, basically. Newfoundland, Jamaica. We've been trading. We've had direct trade back and forth for hundreds of years.
So there's that connection. There's the island connection. And
Without even going to Jamaica too, it seems that people remark on Jamaicans being easygoing and kind of jokesters and happy-go-lucky, and it kind of fits Newfoundland in a lot of ways. People don't take life so seriously and are able to sit back and smell the roses and have a bit of fun.
Well, the sun is rising body move. I wanna feel it, I've got to feel it in an earth rhythm. Your body dance, oh yeah, your spirit sing. Your body move, I wanna feel it, I've got to feel it in an earth rhythm. Yes, your body dance, oh your spirit sing. You will feel alright, oh so right.
Like a lot of stuff coming out of Jamaica now and stuff is not even reggae anymore. It's dance hall. It's not really the bass and drums are probably synthesized. I guess we have the Celtic connection, we have the Irish connection and all this sort of stuff. Anything coming out of Newfoundland, but we keep it. The instruments are all real. We're sort of, I guess, if you want to say, we're building on the influences of Bob Marley, for one example. Take his sort of music and build on it, add our own influence, our own flavour, however that comes out.
There's a funky, funky lady living on my street. She smiled at everybody that she happened to meet. Tell her not to do it, she gon' get in trouble. And see, like when I say, I only make it double. 'Cause she's a funky, funky lady. Well, she's a funky, funky lady. Well, she's a funky, funky lady. Ooh, leave it with me. Everywhere I go, I feel so irate. Exchanging pleasantries with the good people I meet. Except where you gonna go when you ain't got no money? Or what you gonna do when you ain't got no food to eat? 'Cause all around the world, too much nationalism. Borders around freedom like walls of a prison. Just remember that the sun that is rising in Moscow tonight is gonna set over San Francisco. Yeah.
I think the message for a lot of most reggae music is not so much specifics as it is general philosophies and principles. And where are we going, sort of thing.
It's pretty clear that there's a message in the music that we want to get across. But at the same time, we don't want to beat anybody over the head. We're not the radical activist group. We're just musicians who love making music, and certain things stir, certain things get in your heart and move you to write a song, and you write the song or create the song, and then it's just there.
A suspect in this life of mine, but I commit no crime. They like to ride, they're following me, yes sir, after my high. Ooh, they say I'm wrong. I see there's nothing wrong with a one love song. Nothing wrong with a one love song. Nothing.
What I really like about Canada, maybe it's like the company that I do business with, but I don't have to define myself as being French or British. That means that I got to be against somebody historically. It means I'm just Canadian, I agree with decent laws, being decent. When you have an issue, people go and talk about it and try to find a solution that makes everybody happy without any fanaticism. So that is totally me. I'm glad to be in a country without really any of the bad things to nationality, because to be Canadian doesn't mean you're against anybody. I think that's great.
The message is culture, rights, life, peace. I guess I could go on and on.